You should really be worried about this because what the Iranian Parliament have just voted to do could cause a huge world economic recession that affects all of us and causes skyrocketing energy prices. They have just voted to shut the Strait of Hormuz, which is going to cause absolute chaos in a crucial shipping route, the Persian Gulf, that a lot of oil passes through. Now, the vote that they have done in the Parliament there, it is not 100% binding, so it is not 110% confirmed that this is going to happen. But if it does, it's going to make Donald Trump pretty angry and cause huge economic instability. Now, this choke point on the Strait of Hormuz, this 30-mile gap at the entrance to the Persian Gulf, this has around 1/5 of global oil supplies passing through it and 1/3 of liquefied natural gas. So this is a pretty crucial shipping route. The Iranians could cause absolute chaos if this happens. And as I said, Donald Trump is going to be pretty angry. Now, how are they going to close this? You can't just put up a fence. It's the sea, and it's a 30-mile strait. So they would probably be using mines and missiles. Okay, the Iran are the people who fund the Houthis. Do you remember what the Houthis, however you want to pronounce it, were doing last year? How they were just attacking ships in the sea? That's what's going to happen again. It's going to be absolute bedlam. It's going to make the US and other allies of Israel absolutely furious, and it could trigger a pretty big military response from the US, which could mean that those strikes that we saw today that pretty much wiped out Iran's nuclear facilities, that could not be the end of US involvement in the region. If the Iranians go ahead with blocking this strait and trying to cause massive global economic instability, expect the US and its allies to respond and come down pretty heavily. So in a note to clients, we had Eurasia Group say the US has amassed a massive military presence in the Gulf and surrounding region, and a move by Iran against the strait would almost certainly trigger a significant military response. At the same time, an oil crisis threatens to push up the price of petrol, which is refined from oil, in a blow to millions of drivers. The UK relies on imports for about half of its oil needs. So that's why I say you should be worried about this. This will affect you. This will not just affect the Middle East. We already have had energy prices going up in what we've been calling awful April. They're going to go up again if this happens. Now, Trump put out a statement earlier, basically just telling us all how the mission went, saying it was a great success, and he sent a pretty strong warning to Iran and said the bully of the Middle East must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. So very strong words there. Donald Trump saying you better not respond, you better play ball, you better negotiate and go for peace, else there are going to be consequences. And what Donald Trump was very keen to press in that statement that he made was the fact that what the US did this morning, only America could do. Only America had the strength to do it. Only America had powerful enough bombs to do what they did, getting right into those underground nuclear facilities. So he's sending a message not just to Iran, but to Putin and to China. You know, don't get involved, guys, because US, America, we are the boss. You're not going to beat us. So sending a pretty strong message. He wants to bring about peace. Now, we had France, Germany and Britain also get involved. They are very, very keen for this not to escalate. They really want there to be peace, but they're still being very clear Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, which I'm glad to see that they don't trust Iran to have a nuclear weapon, because I do have my concerns about countries like Britain being soft on Iran. So let's take a look at what the E3, France, Germany and Britain, have said. So they put out a joint statement. They said, we have discussed the latest developments in the Middle East earlier today. We reiterate our commitment to peace and stability for all countries in the region. We affirm our support for the security of Israel. We have consistently been clear that Iran can never have a nuclear weapon and can no longer pose a threat to regional security. Earlier today, the United States has conducted targeted military strikes against nuclear facilities in Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan. Our aim continues to be to prevent Iran from acquiring a nuclear weapon. We call upon Iran to engage in negotiations leading to an agreement that addresses all concerns associated with its nuclear program. We stand ready to contribute to that goal in coordination with all parties. We urge Iran not to take any further action that could destabilize the region. We will continue our joint diplomatic efforts to diffuse tensions and ensure the conflict does not intensify and spread further. So really trying to say to Iran, talk, come to the negotiating table now. You guys are not in a winning position. Look at what America just did to you this morning. Do not escalate this. Do not cause more chaos. And you would think if the Iranians had their heads screwed on straight that they would do that. But, well, you've just seen the news about the Strait of Hormuz, but they also put this out on their state TV.
We were negotiating with the Americans when we were attacked. You made this choice. You started this. The 40 to 50,000 American soldiers in the region are now legitimate targets. Every American citizen and soldier is a legitimate target. We were negotiating, we were using diplomacy, but now you've chosen for the blood of your soldiers to be spilt. The American president in the White House chose to collect the coffins of 40 to 50,000 American soldiers. We will start this, and we will show not only your military presence or military bases in the region, even the presidency of Trump will not be in existence.
Wow, so I mean that was pretty shocking there. Them saying on state TV, we will come for the American personnel in the Middle East. We will come for your American bases. And Trump has been pretty clear. If you come for our guys, you're going to be in big trouble. Now, Iran, they make all these big promises and act like they're scary, and then when it comes to it, they don't actually follow through, right? So just because they've said that doesn't guarantee that they're going to do that. They're probably just trying to scare off Trump. But if they do go for the American military personnel, things are going to heat up. So very interesting times. Those are the latest updates. Make sure you are subscribed to the Reason YouTube channel if you're not already, because of course we're going to be covering everything here and all the new developments, and you don't want to miss out. I'm Chloe Dobbs. Thank you very much for watching.